Okay, it's the 27th day in the month of February 2025. It's still the month of love, and we're here to say thank you very much for joining ICAN on Air today. We are very excited to have you and to bring to your doorstep a very interesting topic that you can understand when we commence, because we have an interesting guest also in the house. I will be very happy to commence the program with you. My professional colleagues, my name is Fumi Olani, and I'm happy to be with you today, telling you everything about ICAN on Air and circular economy and sustainable consumption. So we'd like to go on a break because we have some bills to pay. We'd like to go on a break, and we'll be right back after the break, and we'll come in to the studio with our guest for today. We'll be right back. Welcome again to ICAN on Air.
The City of London is calling accountants. Hearken! Join us for the 12th annual ICAN-ngr and District Society International Accountants Conference, taking place from 12th to the 15th of March 2025. This revolutionary conference of the year is themed Global Economy Reshaped, AI and Sustainability as Drivers. Register now to take advantage of early bird offers and secure front row seats at the prestigious DoubleTree by Hilton London, Dockland Riverside. Conference sessions include powerful plenaries to advance your accountancy career, training sessions led by seasoned facilitators, networking and opportunity matching platforms, access to tools and resources, inductions and investitures, tours and an award-winning gala dinner. This conference is your gateway to staying ahead of the curve and ensuring machines and robots do not limit your functionalities and market value. Don't delay. Visit our conference webpage today. The Chief Host and District Chair, along with the 2025 conference organizing team and ICAN-ngr and District Society members, look forward to welcoming you.
As a finance professional in a disrupted business landscape, what does it take to be in demand? What does it take to attract great paying international roles? If you're an ICAN member, it'll just take one exam. That's all it takes to complete the globally recognized SEMA professional qualification and the internationally respected CGMA designation. As a SEMA member and a CGMA designation holder, employers will look at you as a finance professional, constantly acquiring new skills to add value to the business. That's why they'll be willing to pay premium to hire and retain you. If you have 5 years of relevant experience and are an ICAN member, you can directly sit for the final exam of the SEMA Professional Qualification, the Strategic Case Study exam. Start studying the SEMA Professional Qualification. Prepare to make an impact.
The City of London is calling accountants. Hearken! Join us for the 12th annual ICAN-ngr and District Society International Accountants Conference, taking place from 12th to the 15th of March 2025. This revolutionary conference of the year is themed Global Economy Reshaped, AI and Sustainability as Drivers. Register now to take advantage of early bird offers and secure front row seats at the prestigious DoubleTree by Hilton London, Dockland Riverside. Conference sessions include powerful plenaries to advance your accountancy career, training sessions led by seasoned facilitators, networking and opportunity matching platforms, access to tools and resources, inductions and investitures, tours and an award-winning gala dinner. This conference is your gateway to staying ahead of the curve and ensuring machines and robots do not limit your functionalities and market value. Don't delay. Visit our conference webpage today. The Chief Host and District Chair, along with the 2025 conference organizing team and ICAN-ngr and District Society members, look forward to welcoming you.
Navigate the complexities of our nation's economy. It is clear that the current crisis presents both challenges and opportunities. The question now is, how can we unlock the potential for growth and for prosperity? Join the ICAN Eastern Zonal District for our 19th Eastern Accountants Conference, Umuahia, happening from 1st to 4th of April 2025. Venue is International Conference Center, Umuahia. This year's theme is focused on Beyond Nigeria's Economic Crisis, Unlocking Opportunities for Growth. From exploring new frontiers in finance and technology to rethinking our approach to economic development, we will explore the bold ideas and practical solutions needed to propel Nigeria forward. For this conference, we'll have some special appearances like special guest of honor, His Excellency Dr. Alex Choma Oti, OFR Executive Governor of Abia State. Chief host, the Diamond President of ICAN, Chief DCS Alaribe, FCA. Host, Dr. Silvanus Ailego, FCA Eastern Zonal Chairman. And for more inquiries, you can reach the conference chairman, Chief Sir Michael Iroibe, FCA, on 080-3196-5390, or the conference director, Elder Onana Daniel Ukpai, FCA, on 080-3879-3014, or the conference accountant, Pastor Oliver Ogbonna Udensi, FCA, on 080-886-10350. To register, please visit www.ICAN-ngr.org.ng. Announcer, Professor Udochukwu, Chairman, Education and Awareness Committee. Together, let's unlock the potential for growth and prosperity.
All right, you're welcome back to Icon on Air. And as you can see, you saw all of the adverts inviting you for one conference or the other. So have you registered for any of those? Increase your MCPD. So please do register. Again, welcome to Icon on Air. My name is Fumi Olani, and we're discussing an interesting topic today. I'm sure a lot of you have seen the flyers. You're wondering what circular economy and sustainable consumption is. This is where you get to learn a lot of things that you need to know as chartered accountants, even friends of chartered accountants. And today we have in the studio Professor Udochukwu Ogbonna is here today to give us insight into what the topic is about. Some of you don't even understand what it is. And I've had people question me on, oh, what are you guys talking about? I guess this is the time where you have to know everything about it. But I don't want to give you any hint. I just want to welcome my guest to the studio today. Good evening, Professor, and welcome to Icon on Air. It's good to see you today again.
Good evening, Fumi. Good to see you too.
Okay, so let me tell the world who Professor Udochukwu Ogbonna is. He's the fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. He's an MCA, and he's also a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria. He's an associate of the Chartered Institute of Stockbrokers of Nigeria and an associate of the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrations. He is the Chartered Public Finance Accountants London and a fellow of the International Academy of Business and Behavioral Sciences in USA. He is the honorary member of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, amongst other professional qualifications. He holds a PhD in finance from the Abia State University, Uturu, and a master's degree in banking and finance from the University of Lagos, Akoka. He graduated from Abia State University, Uturu, with a Bachelor's of Science, second-class upper division in accounting. He has more than 60 finance taxation publications in international and local journals to his credit, and he has more than 30 years of work experience in the various sectors. What I need to let you know, everyone, is he has strength in finance, in areas of finance, public finance. He also has, I would say he was formerly the Chief Finance Officer of Fidelity Pensions Manager and the current Executive Chairman of Abia State Internal Revenue Service. He is the Manager of Human and Material Resources. He's a husband of a female wife and the father of lovely children. You're welcome, Prof.
Thank you, Fumi.
I love the way you had to reiterate that you're married to a woman. And we acknowledge
Yes,
that.
yes, so
It's good to have you here, sir. And
Thank
indeed,
you.
this is an interesting topic, and you are vast in this subject matter. But I would want to ask. I mean, this should be my first question, based on what everyone has been checking. Oh, what is it that we're talking about? When they talk about secular economy, it's not only good for us, but it's financially very strong to generate competitive advantage. So I want to ask you, Prof, in very simple terms, what is secular economy and what makes it different from linear economy or regenerative economy?
Okay, let me start this way. Circular economy is like moving from the room to the sitting room, from the bedroom to the sitting room. It's like living what we are doing presently to what we imagine, what we create. It's all about leasing, sharing, reusing, repairing, refurbishing, and recycling of an existing product as long as possible to prolong the life cycle of that product. It's all about minimizing waste, which includes creating further value after the useful life of a product. It's not the same as a traditional or linear economy, which involves buying, taking materials, produce, use, and trash. In secular economy, there is nothing like trash in the recent time. What it means is that you get a product, you use it, you can refurbish it, you can resell it to another person. That person can use it for as long as God knows when, and then it continues. It will continue until such a time that that product cannot be used. It is programmed obsolescence. That is when a product has been designed to have a limited lifespan to encourage consumers to buy it again. So that is a re- regenerative economy. We are talking about focusing on holistic sustainability. That is restoring natural resources and promoting social well-being. So what it means is that circular economy aids regenerative economy. So circular economy is to maintain resource value by minimizing waste through reusing, refurbishing, remanufacturing, and recycling. It emphasizes closed loop systems, while regenerative economy focuses on holistic sustainability, restoring natural resources, and then promoting social well-being. So let me stop there. So
Thank you very much, sir. I mean, from all that you've said, what I pick from it is recyclability and reusability. So that is
sure.
really germane. People need to understand how they need to promote environmental friendly practice and also environmental
Yeah.
environment resources. So I really want to appreciate you for letting us into that meaning. But I because I have global audience here that are vast, they've learned so much, they understand some of these things also, but I know that your expertise is on different things, which includes the secular economy. But I want to also you help us understand what the difference is. You know, when you talk about linear economy, how can we differentiate it from the secular economy? How can we also differentiate it from the traditional economy, the sustainable economy, and also the regenerative economy, like you have mentioned? But I just need to get that difference. Of course, you were able to talk about the regenerative economy, but in terms of sustainability economy and traditional economy. Hi, Prof.
Yeah, we are talking about circular economy and linear economy. A circular economy, like I have said, is fundamentally different from linear economy. The linear economy is a situation where you will get a product, you use a product, you trash whatever that is a byproduct. Circular is a closed system. You don't trash, you reproduce, you refurbish, you recycle. So in a linear economy, it's just a straight line: buy, use, trash. While in a circular economy, you buy, you recycle, you reuse, you refurbish, you reuse. That is just the difference.
Okay, so that's quite straightforward. Yes. So, sir, I understand that
And
there are
let me also say that linear economy focuses on profitability, while
okay.
circular economy targets sustainability.
Oh,
So
profitability and sustainability.
profitability and sustainability.
Oh yes, that's catchy for me too. But I know there are pillars of this circular economy. Can you shed light on some of these pillars?
Okay, I have about 7 pillars of circular economy. Number one is that materials are cycled at continuous high value. That's one of the pillars. They are recycled at a continuous high value. The recycling is not going to reduce the value of the product. Gives it more value. In fact, if it is possible, let it be more valuable than what it was. So that is one of the pillars of circular economy. One other pillar is energy, is that energy is based on renewable sources. The materials required for energy generation and storage technologies are designed for recovery into the system. Energy is intelligently preserved and cascaded when lower values of energy are available for use. So energy is based on renewable sources, just like we are talking about um, solar energy, renewable. You don't finish using it and you drop. If you have a battery that will help you to give you light. The battery wouldn't die. You will do something to make the battery to remain alive. That is one of the pillars of circular economy. Another pillar is that the health and well-being of humans and other species are structurally supported. The health is very, very important. Health of human beings, health of the toxic and hazardous substances are minimized and kept in highly controlled cycles. So that is another pillar of circular economy. Then another pillar is that human activities maximize the generation of societal value. Activities of human beings will generate values. You don't engage in activities that wouldn't give any value to human beings. Forms of value beyond financials. and they include aesthetic values, emotional values, ecological values, they cannot be brought down to a common measure without making gross approximations or imposing subjective value judgments. They are therefore recognized as value categories in their own right. So that is one other pillar of circular economy. Then another pillar is that water resources are extracted and cycled sustainably. A situation where people will have good water, quality water, make it essential and make it that our survival is dependent on quality water. And then the value of water is maintained. It doesn't go down. You don't have a situation where people will go to the stream to fetch water and you have toxic substances. So that is one of the pillars of circular economy. Then another pillar is that human society and culture are preserved. You will agree with me that our culture is fading. So circular economy is saying, let us let us preserve our culture. Let us look at our diversity. What is making me Igbo? What is making you Yoruba? Let's not throw it away. Let's preserve this culture. In our schools nowadays, we don't study history. History tells us what our culture is like. So circular economy is saying, reintroduce history in our schools and let us know the culture of the Yorubas, the culture of the Igbos, the culture of the chiefs and all what not. I think I have touched all the pillars of circular economy.
Yes, and at least when you were talking, I was also taking notes. So thank you very much. I don't want my culture to die. So I love the fact that we need to preserve our culture. Thank you so much, sir. But what are sustainable consumptions? And if you talk about the sustainable production in line with the Sustainable Development Goal 12, can you just run us through the relationships that this have with the circular economy?
Well, sustainable consumption and production practices entail respecting the biophysical boundaries of the planet and reducing current global consumption rates to fit with the biophysical capacity to produce ecosystem services and benefits. What that means is that SDG 12 is about ensuring sustainable consumption and production patterns, which is key to sustaining livelihoods of current and future generations. So our planet must not run out of resources, but resources are very scarce. The population is growing on a daily basis. So sustainable consumption is all about making sure that there is reduction in waste, and then make sure that the whole populace gets uh, what to eat, gets their products at a very reduced price.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. In fact, I can see some comments from our audience. In his son from Nasser State, I see Pet Ezugo from Delta State, and he said is nice to be here again. I see Abosede Adenokpo from Ogun State. I also see Abraham Benson from Bonny Island. From Makodi, Benue State, I see Bingde Akim Ibrahim is from Abuja. And then Olufemi Olaleye, thank you very much for joining in from Lagos. Ismail Sulaiman, streaming in from Benin Kebbi. Devin Sidike, thank you very much. He said, nice to be part of this captivating program. Good evening to all amiable professional colleagues in the house. He said, it is nice to be here this evening for another learning experience from the ancient city of Ibadan. Thank you so much for joining. Onyedikachi Chika. We see you and we say thank you so much for joining us. I mean, I can't count, I can't possibly read out all of this, but Nimota Mudukwe says, we shall end February with praises. And she's watching from Abuja. And from Umaya, we see Chijoke Okogwe. Thank you very much, every one of you. And we'll be very happy for you to send in your questions for Professor to provide solutions to your questions. And today on ICAN-ngr, we're still discussing secular economy and sustainable consumption with Professor Udochukwu Ogbonna, the current executive chairman of Abia State's Internal Revenue Service. Prof, we are so happy to have you here again. So,
Thank
Prof,
you.
yes, I have a lot of questions here because a lot of people are wondering what the roles of this circular economy would play in sustainable development goals, especially when you look at six, that's the SDG 6 on energy. You're also looking at SDG 8 on economic growth. You're looking at SDG 11 on sustainable cities. And I'm thinking of SDG 13, which is on climate change. And ultimately, I know of 14 to be of ocean and also 15 on life. What do you think is the role of circular economy on all these SDGs that we have mentioned?
Okay. Okay. Before we talk about the role of circular economy, it will be good to know what these SDGs are. Number one, SDG 6 is ensure the availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. SDG 7 talks about universal access to affordable, reliable, and modern energy services. SDG 8 talks about, I think, sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth. SDG 11 is to make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. SDG 13, take urgent action to combat climate change and its impacts. SDG 14 is to conserve and sustainably use the oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. And then SDG 15 is about to protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of a terrestrial ecosystem. Now, looking at all this, what is the link between all these SDGs and circular economy? Circular economy talks about reduction in waste. So it offers clear potential in this area. The role is that there is wide range concept which involves making economies less wasteful and less resource intensive, while also contributing to human development and well-being. So if you look at what the circular economy is all about, you will see that it can play a very big role. It has the potential of accelerating SDG deliveries.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. And I've mentioned to them, maybe they just don't know that this is a bookworm in the house today, in person of Professor Ogbonna Godfrey. Thank you very much into that word of SDG. I recall while in school, and I would say upper cockite, right? I saw your profile and we belong to the same alma mater. I see SDG everywhere. Everyone is talking about it. And it's important for us to be abreast of what these things are as professionals and chartered accountants, as I may refer to every one of us. But my question again is, a circular economy is a step in the right direction towards there's a need for us to understand that a shift towards a secular approach is necessary, and it's inevitable, and it's a superior source of value creation. Do you agree with Jimmy Buttsworth when he's mentioned all this about the economic club? I mean, all these things, we need to understand how inevitable it is, how superior it is, and how we need to embrace the secular economy. How right is it? Or wrong?
Well, sincerely, that's the way to go. Secular economy should take over the linear economy. You know what? We are talking about protection of the environment here. We are talking about reduction in total annual greenhouse gas emission. We are talking about reduction in energy and resource consumption. So we are talking about reducing raw material dependence. We are talking about creating jobs and saving consumers money. So why wouldn't we go for circular economy? So if you look at all the advantages of circular economy, then in fact, we should have embraced it as if it was yesterday.
Mm. So it's better late than never. It's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
The time is now. Thank
We
you
can
so much.
start it now, but we've not started. We are still behind. You are seeing I don't know if you know the Amakara people who go to scavengers, who go to peak distance. You know,
Yes.
that is the raw aspect of it. But we need to come up, like in Abia State today, we have come up with a policy on environmental waste. We've come up with a policy. So that is where to start. Let's start it and then let's embrace it.
Interesting. Abia State is taking the lead on that. That's great. I'm impressed. Well done to you and to the executives of Abia State's government. So I see so many people send questions and also their remark. I see Professor Bala Zaka saying, to God be the glory, that it is now the best time to do it. It is now. So he's alluding to
Yeah.
that fact. Yeah. Thank
Oh,
you
sure.
very much. So, Prof, I'm quite a chat on the All right, Prof. Hello, Prof.
Hello, I'm here. I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I just couldn't see you. Sorry,
Yeah.
Nigeria seems to happen. Technology seems to happen, yeah. So I would like to go on a break. It's been an interesting conversation with Professor Ogbonna, right here on ICAN-ngr. We've been talking about circular economy and sustainable consumption. But we'll go on a break and we'll be right back. We still have a lot of questions to dish out to Prof. And if you have questions, please feel free to use the chat box. Send all sort of questions, any question you have concerning the subject matter, and Prof will do justice to them. We'll be right back after the break.
Navigate the complexities of our nation's economy. It is clear that the current crisis presents both challenges and opportunities. The question now is, how can we unlock the potential for growth and for prosperity? Join the ICAN Eastern Zonal District for a 19th Eastern Accountants Conference, Umuahia, happening from 1st to 4th of April 2025. Venue is International Conference Center, Umuahia. This year's theme is focused on Beyond Nigeria's Economic Crisis, Unlocking Opportunities for Growth. From exploring new frontiers in finance and technology to rethinking our approach to economic development, we will explore the bold ideas and practical solutions needed to propel Nigeria forward. For this conference, we'll have some special appearances like Special Guest of Honor, His Excellency Dr. Alex Choma Oti, OFR Executive Governor of Abia State. Chief Host, the Diamond President of ICAN, Chief DCS Alaribe, FCA. Host, Dr. Silvanus Ailego, FCA Eastern Zonal Chairman. And for more inquiries, you can reach the Conference Chairman, Chief Sir Michael Iro Ibe, FCA, on 080-3196-5390, or the Conference Director, Elder Unana Daniel Ukpai, FCA, on 080-3879-3014, or the Conference Accountant, Pastor Oliver Ogbonna Udensi, FCA, on 080-886-10350. To register, please visit www.icanezdconference.org.ng. Announcer, Professor Udochukwu, Chairman, Education and Awareness Committee. Together, let's unlock the potential for growth and prosperity.
The City of London is calling accountants. Hearken! Join us for the 12th Annual ICAN-ngr and District Society International Accountants Conference, taking place from 12th to the 15th of March 2025. This revolutionary conference of the year is themed Global Economy Reshaped, AI and Sustainability as Drivers. Register now to take advantage of early bird offers and secure front row seats at the prestigious Doubletree by Hilton London, Dockland Riverside. Conference sessions include powerful plenaries to advance your accountancy career, training sessions led by seasoned facilitators, networking and opportunity matching platforms, access to tools and resources, inductions and investitures, tours and an award-winning gala dinner. This conference is your gateway to staying ahead of the curve and ensuring machines and robots do not limit your functionalities and market value. Don't delay. Visit our conference webpage today. The Chief Host and District Chair, along with the 2025 conference organizing team and ICAN-ngr and District Society members, look forward to welcoming you.
You're welcome back to ICAN-ngr, and we're still here providing insight into the topic, circular economy and sustainable consumption. Remember that this topic is very important for every chartered accountant to be aware of. You don't want to go for meetings and people will be talking about this topic and then you say, oh, I don't know what it means. No, ICAN-ngr has been able to provide some level of education, information on this subject. And we have in the house Professor Ogbonna. Prof, you're welcome back, sir.
Thank you, Fumi.
Okay. Prof, because it's a topic that everyone truly wants to understand. You've talked about the scavengers, and we see them on the streets, but we just feel that they're taking some things off garbages and they're making it productive. But maybe we don't know too well. That's why you're here to provide such information to us, and we truly understand and appreciate the angle that you've been able to provide these responses to us. But Prof, can you please run us through the barriers to this circular economy and the practical risk that is associated with it?
Okay. It's a new thing. Circular economy is just coming newly in Nigeria here. Number one barrier, if I might say, is lack of efficient recycling technologies. Right? Lack of efficient recycling technologies. For some time now, I don't think we've had any state that has moved waste to wealth. Turning waste to wealth. Why? Because we don't have the technologies to handle them. So it's one of the barriers. So we need to develop that technology. People need to be thinking. People need to be innovative. People need to be creative. That is one of the things that come with circular economy. It's one of the skills you must possess for circular economy. You must be creative, you must be innovative. So we need to be creative and innovative and think of technologies that can help us recycle waste. So one of the barriers is lack of efficient recycling technologies. Now, another barrier is fear of losing recurrent customers. Fear of losing recurrent customers. People who want to lose their customers. Somebody, I will buy a shoe. Instead of going to store it tomorrow, I'll go back to the market to go and buy another one. So nobody will support such. No trader will support such. So it's one of the barriers. We also have implementation of localized regulations. I told you some minutes ago that in Abia we have a policy on these scavengers, waste, environmental degradation. Is not easy to implement. It's difficult. Caging all these scavengers. One of the things they do is they go to steal what is still valuable, turn it to waste, turn it to scrap. So it's one of the barriers. And also, we don't have people that have good understanding of this emerging business model. So many people don't have good understanding of it. The circular economy is a new thing as far as I'm concerned coming to Nigeria. To boost the circular economy in industries like fashion and textile, consumers are still unsure about ownership and show reluctance to reuse the clothes. There is something we call I don't know what you call it.
Tokumbo. They call it
Tokumbo. Some people wouldn't want to wear Some people, before they wear it, go and boil the clothes first before they can wear. I'm not saying that that is wrong, but that is apprehension. So it's one of the barriers. So these are the issues. You equally have high investment costs in circular economy. Because if you are talking about technologies to recycle, you must get them. And it's not easy to come by. They are expensive. So these are some of the barriers I see in circular economy.
Thank
Then
you.
if you
Okay.
talk about the associated risk, I want to, you mentioned associated risk. You have the organizational risks. That is, we talk about product launch, communication, cyber security, natural disasters, and all whatnot. You also have control system risk, supply risk, demand risk, market risk, finance risk, political and regulatory risk, technical risk. These risks are risks that are associated with circular economy.
Thank you. You know, I was going to take the waste for wealth. I hope we understand that facts that all these things that we think are scrap or are waste, people are scavenging and trying to convert them to money. Even the good ones, they take them and then they convert them to money, unfortunately. So as we coast home, if you are in the position to talk briefly on the Nigerian economic team manage or to the Nigerian economic team management on the tools for evaluation, for identification, things around mitigation of risk in a circular economy. What would you possibly jot down as some of the points that will be in the presentation slides?
Okay, when you want to talk about the tools to evaluate, or identify, and mitigate risk in a circular economy, you talk about the preliminary hazard analysis. Preliminary hazard analysis is initial safety analysis performed during the early design phases to identify top-level hazards. So that tool is important. You also talk about scenario analysis. Scenario analysis is a process of examining and evaluating possible events or scenarios that could take place in the future and predicting the various possible results or possible outcomes. Scenario analysis is very, very key. You can also talk about another tool, brainstorming. Brainstorming is a creative thinking. It's a creative thinking technique, you know, for coming up with new ideas and solving problems. You need to brainstorm. Teams use this idea or method to encourage new ways of thinking and collectively generate solutions. You also have the failure modes. The failure mode means the way or mode in which something might fail. Failures are errors or defects, especially those that affect the customer and can be potential or actual. You also have effects analysis. What are the effects? It refers to studying the consequences of failures on different system levels. You talk about fault tree analysis. This involves breaking down the root cause of a failure into its contributing factors and representing it through a graphical model called a fault tree. That is one of the tools. And then you have event tree analysis. Event tree analysis is a forward top-down logical modeling technique for both success and failure that explores responses through a single initiating event and lays a path for assessing probabilities of the outcomes and overall system analysis. So these are the tools that you can use to evaluate, identify, and mitigate risk in a circular economy.
Thank you, sir. In fact, I already have 50 slides from all that you have said already. But I see a lot of people's comments here. Boniface in Coro, it says, this is a topical issue that must not be given a wave of the hand in line with the present state of the nation. Thank you very much. Alexandra Kalu says, I am Dr. Alexandra Kalu from Umaye. Protecting the environment, reusing and recycling products would slow down the use of natural resources. It will reduce the landscape and habitat. What is the implication for Nigerian economy that depends only on natural resources, sir? Okay, so Prof, that question is for you. But while you I don't know, there may be a network failure, but another comment from Fatai Raji says powerful country like the US are pulling out of international climate agreements. How then can the world achieve SDG? Then Fagbola Timi talk about okay, Prof, do you want to respond, sir? Or
Okay,
you want
yeah,
me
achieving
to
SDG is simple. You see, the truth is that until we realize that we can do things on our own, we cannot move forward. The average African wants everything free. There is no free lunch in Freetown. So we must sit down, think, discuss. I talked about brainstorming and know how to realize these SDGs, not depending on sponsorship from America. So that's my own view because we have already been spoiled. We have US aids. They come to aid us, help us, do one thing or the other, give us free money. That's why we are not thinking. That's why we are not discussing. So now that Trump has taken away the aids, we should come to the round table and discuss. That is just what I have to say to that.
I agree with you, sir. So Chidima Igbo, she said you should please repeat the second and the third barrier. But of course, I know she can always go back to this program to watch, so that I can also entertain. So that's Chidima Igbo from Lekki. Fagbola Temitope Adeni, he said, apart from the positive economic outlook of refurbished or recycled products, I hope circular economy take into consideration the health outlook of the product in a biodiverse environment. So
Health
it's a
outlook.
remark.
Remember that circular economy is about value. It's not talking about doing things haphazardly. If you are recycling, you are looking at the value, you are looking at the health of the people. I talked about it. So it's not going to be detrimental to the health of individuals or citizens. So circular economy is more or less going to be, or is built to be a perfect system whereby people's health will not be compromised and then value also will not be compromised.
Okay, thank you. I hope you got that, Simitokwe. So Boniface in Koro, he says, how do we sustain the economy when governments most times help in sending SMEs moribund by way of owing them beyond the agreed time frame of time, you know? So he's asking, I mean, it's not typically a question, it's just his own understanding of what it is. Then Omuma Ernest, he says, sir, the advent and spread of GMOs have in our markets today been really not supported circular economy, replantable seeds, destruction of soil, fertility, among others. How can we as a country ensure food security in Nigeria?
is deliberate action. I just told you that Abia State came up with a policy on scraps. So the country must be deliberate about food security. And you don't talk about food security without talking about security itself. You see this Boko Haram, all insecurity here and there. People can't go to the farm. People can't produce. So it's important that security is handled. That's the first thing. And then we begin to talk about how to secure our food. It's very, very key.
Yes, food security. I know a ministry that has a particular ministry for food supply and stomach infrastructure, all of those things. So yes, we are very particular about food security. But I know that we have gone out of time. I just want to ask this last question because you are a fellow of the institute, and we just want to know what your advice will be in terms of filling the knowledge gap and how to provide members with capacity to remain competitive and sought after.
Okay, in the first place, we must accept that there are knowledge gaps. That's number one thing. That's the first way to go. We must accept. Number two is that we must audit the current knowledge base. Let's know, what do people know? What do they not know? And then you prioritize what you are going to do based on impact and feasibility. And then the next one is that you craft targeted learning initiatives, just like ICAN-ngr. So what you are doing now is teaching people, closing the knowledge gap. And then you harness the power of technology. I am here in Omaya talking to you in Lagos. So we are doing it already. And then at the end of it, you nurture a culture of knowledge sharing. Let people come, share what they know. People should not be, should not keep back. People should not
Restricted.
keep back. Let people not be apprehensive. Let people not be restricted. Let's share what we know. And by so doing, we will close the knowledge gap.
Thank you very much, sir. God bless you for an interesting session today. So we've been talking to Professor Udochukwu Ogbonna, is the executive chairman of Abia State Internal Revenue Service and is a fellow of the institute. We want to say thank you very much, sir, for yielding
Thank
to
you.
our call to be on the program today. We hope that when we call you, you'll not be too busy to respond to our call as your colleague and your friends.
Thank you so much for me. I
Thank
will,
you.
whenever you call, I will answer.
Thank you. Thank you for the assurance, sir. So do have a good evening,
Thank
sir.
you. And you too. Good
Thank
night.
you. Good night, sir. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining today's program. And we have a couple of announcements to give out this evening. So, ICAN, in collaboration with the Federal University, Lokoja, present the International Academic Conference on Accounting and Finance. The date is 24th to the 26th of March 2025. And the venue is Federal University, Lokoja, Felele Campus, Kogi State. And there's Gen AI Sustainability Nexus, charting new paths in accounting for the greener economy. And we need to tell you to be part of these groundbreaking discussions on AI sustainability. That is what is up for us to learn about. You can't be left behind. The communique for the 2025 ICAN webinar on the theme Navigating Nigeria's 2025 budget, opportunities and challenges is now available. If you missed the session, you can get it on the website and other social media platforms to get this communique. Prospective ICAN students should note that new registration fee takes place from the 1st of March 2025, and the professional registration is 11,000 naira. 8 years registration is 8,000 naira. And registration is from March 25th and 26th for ATSWA, and for exams which closes 20th of March. So registration for May professional exam, it closes May 16, 2025. So please register. And then this important one is the 24th fellowship conferment ceremony. The venue is 4 Wilmot Points Road off Amadu Bello, Victoria Island. And the date is 26 April 2025, 11 a.m. at Abia Point. So please make it a date. Make sure you register. The freebies has gone last week. So if you have not registered, please do so right about now. At this junction, I want to say thank you very much for joining. And I know that the African Congress of Accountants is here again, and the date is May 6th to 9th. If you have any interest in being in Kigali, Rwanda, with your professional colleagues, please make it a date and register as soon as possible. I want to say thank you very much, everyone, for joining the program today on ICAN-ngr. It's been such an interesting topic, something no one really knew about until now when Professor Ogbonna brought it to our knowledge. I want to say thank you for joining. Do not stop following our social media pages. Do not stop following us. Do not stop spreading the news about ICAN-ngr. We'll be here with you. Tosi and I will be here with you again on ICAN-ngr. Make it a date with us on Thursday. Every other Thursday, we'll bring to you interesting and conversational topics. Thank you so much again for joining. My name remains Fumi Olani. Have yourself a restful evening. God bless you.